If you know anything about me by now, you know that I like big pants, and I wear them almost exclusively. Exhibit A. However, I have two problems. One, it's summer, or basically so, and miles of fabric isn't always conducive to a 90-degree day. Two, none of my pants are actually big enough. I mean, yes, they fit, but the sheer bigness of them, I want to be able to flap these and fly away. So this week, we're gonna fix that. We're making incredibly fun and cute, big, baggy pants, perfect for the summertime. Why? Because they're filled with holes in a cool way. I found this pattern. They're called the groove pants. Basically two rectangles that you add elastic to the waist and the legs that you can then cinch. And when I was looking at the comments of this video, some of them were really rude, but also give me a really good idea. They were commenting like, these look like they're made of curtains. Why are you wearing curtains? First of all, that's cool. And second of all, using lacy fabric or curtains would solve our ventilation issue. So thank you, rude commentary, for the brain blast. And now let's go thrift for some lacy curtains or tablecloths to make our giant pants. Also, if you're looking for a tutorial to make these pants, this is not the video. I'll link the actual pattern down below if you'd like to try it yourself. I'm taking you through the vibes of making the pants, not the actual step-by-step, this is how you make the pants, because that already exists. The pattern maker already made that. Second, I'm also just going to be taking you along during the week. Today, we're going to go to the coffee shops. We're going to do some sketching at said coffee shops. We're going to talk about books. So that sounds fun. Stick around. Okay, to the thrift store. I didn't just roll out of bed, you just rolled out of bed. Okay, I just rolled out of bed because I was so excited to come down here and show you what I found at the thrift store. I think I found exactly what I'm looking for. Also, as you can see, I've been piecing together my pattern pieces. Basically just two giant rectangles, because these are going to be big old pants. Well, where did I go? I was really able to find pretty much exactly what I'm looking for, which was big panels of this lacy material. We've got pure white ones. I've got one that's a little creamier. It's recommended that you use like a mid-weight cotton for these because you want it to stay kind of ballooned out. I'm a little concerned that these fabrics are so supple that they're just going to collapse kind of straight against my body and then just hang. So that's my concern, but I honestly kind of just want to see if it will work or do something that I like. Because if I could have completely lacy pants, I think that would sell the vision for myself a little bit more than if I like introduced structure with the lacy panels. But if I did want to do that, I did also find a really beautiful tablecloth with really pretty little details. It looks like I don't see a tag on this. I think someone actually just made this, although I could be very wrong. Anyways, this would be a good fabric for some structure. Quick, we've got to take a break because I've got to drop off some t-shirt blanks to become bookworm tees. So exciting. This has been my little proxy workstation recently. I don't know why. I've just been liking sitting on the floor in front of this coffee table and working, taking meetings. When it comes to my day job, if you're new, I'm a creative director at Adobe, specifically in the realm of like if you see commercials or like ad campaigns for Photoshop. That's what I've generally worked on the last couple years, although recently we've switched away from just being Photoshop only to like being more audience based. So like some people creative direct and design specifically for like a beginner audience, and some people design and creative direct specifically for like a creative professional audience, like professional photographers and videographers and stuff. So right now I'm working on a project that aims more towards beginners, which is fun. That's really where my heart is. Anyways, things have been crazy recently. I'm actually going to be traveling internationally in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks for work to do a video shoot, which is super exciting and super fun. And I know I'm very privileged to be able to do it, but it also means there's a lot of work that has to get done beforehand. And not just with work. like my real job, but also with YouTube, because videos gotta come out while I'm gone. Anyways, it's been a fun puzzle to solve. And when I say fun, I mean challenging in a fun way, but that's okay. I'm putting this segment in because it's a good illustration of how I do a real job and then do YouTube as well. Real job obviously takes priority, and then YouTube comes in the early mornings, sometimes during my lunch break, and then in the evenings. Let's lock in. Let's talk about color grading. Morning.
Morning, how are you?
I've never actually patchworked something so big together, so I'm going to be learning a new skill today, which is honestly kind of my goal when it comes to sewing projects. As long as I'm trying one new thing each time, we'll continue to grow our toolbox of techniques. For example, I learned about crumb quilting last night, basically using your scraps to make a quilt, and I think that's kind of like the technique I want to use. Making a bunch of two-piece patchwork combos and then sewing those together into one giant piece of patchwork fabric, which we will then cut our patterns out of. One thing I do know for sure, is at the bottom of my pants, I'm going to use this little linen so that we can have a little bloomer-esque gathering at the bottom with this cute scalloped edge. Also, you want to know something crazy? When we were at the thrift store, I picked up this little white mesh jersey from the little boys section. I love these as just little layering shirts. I have a black one. I wear it all the time. So I was like, ooh, a white one. That would even be fun to DIY on. Snagged it, didn't really think much of it because it's just a little boy's sports shirt. I get to the checkout, guess how much this was? $12.99. Yeah, everything else was like $3 a piece. Most expensive thing I bought. I'm not even mad though. I really do like it. Let's put it on. It's gonna look crazy over this t-shirt. Trust. You gotta do a big trust on me for this one, okay? Maybe if we like lace some laces through the sides and kind of scrunch it up a little. Ruche it, one might say. Honestly, I kind of want to save this beautiful tablecloth for a future project, and I want to see how far we can get with just the transparent fabric for this entire pattern. If we need to augment, supplement with some tablecloth, that's fine. But if we can do it all with this, that would be even better. So first things first, most of this is rectangular shaped, but some of it is round or triangular. I think this is like a little cafe curtain. I'm gonna work on snipping the irregular sizes into easier to sew sizes, and then we'll start patchworking. Like it's kind of hard to tell, but I've got fabric covering one of our 4 panels. I think I'm gonna have more than enough, like, to be honest. That's gonna be famous last words, and I know it. Why did I even say it? Now I'm just gonna take each section of 2, pin them, sew them, carry on with our lives. No way I'm gonna be schlepping these panels upstairs. Every time I need to sew something, no thanks. So we're setting up a little impromptu sewing situation in this little cafe nook. Cute, and that means we get to blast some records while we work. Currently listening to The Carpenters, owned by Debbie, a classic. Okay, I've got my front right. Can't you tell? We're gonna be trusting the process on this one for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Panel 2. Complete with live ruffle. So we have our front. We have our front 2 panels. Now this is gonna be fun.
Give me that phone. Give me that phone. Give me that phone.
Oh, good job. Give me that.
Give me that.
Give me that phone.
Give me that phone.
Oh, you don't want that.
I got some blood work done recently, like just routine checkup stuff, and the results came back and they're like, you're perfect in every way possible, except your vitamin D levels are dog water. I didn't think that was very nice of them to say, but they also weren't lying. But lucky for me, the sponsor of today's video, Ritual, is helping me out. Thank you, Ritual. Why am I holding this avocado? Specifically, I've been taking the Essentials for Women 18 Plus multivitamin, clinically backed, clean for women 18 to 49 to help fill key nutrient gaps in diet, which I also need help with because I mostly eat plant-based, so I also love that there's some good iron in here. Look at these extremely cute capsules and watch me take them while I tell you what makes Ritual so cool. In a university-led clinical study, Ritual saw increases in vitamin D and omega-3 DHA levels in 12 weeks. Also, Ritual is made traceable, which means they share where their key ingredients come from and why they're there, so you know exactly what you're putting into your body. Third-party tested, vegan friendly, and I especially love that the delayed release capsules are kind of minty, so they taste good and smell good, and they're gentle on your tummy, so you can take them with or without food. If you want to try the subscription so you never have to remember to reorder your goods, you can get 25% off your first order of Ritual using the link below or scanning the QR code. Thank you so much to Ritual for sponsoring this portion of the video. Now let's get back to it. People, are we getting the vision? I never want to look at lacy fabric again. We've got the bones done, and I've already learned so much, and I've already made so many mistakes. We have a big issue. I messed up the pockets. It's not my fault. I tried really, really hard. I looked at the instructions about 1,000,000 times and watched the video about 1,000,000 times. And if you've never made pockets before, there's some key information missing. So now I do have beautifully top-stitched pockets attached, but they are unfortunately sewed along every side and inaccessible to the hands. That's important for pockets. So I'm going to be removing my 2 beautifully top-stitched pocket pouches. Isn't this contrasting? Fabric cute. Vintage bed sheet. Thank you very much. It's got a little clover on it. Let's pop these bad boys off and then pop them back on in the right way. Ooh, I did treat myself to a 5 p.m. coffee for this experience. Current Kathleen says thank you. Future Kathleen says, I don't know what she says. She's not sleeping though, that's for sure. Unfortunate thing about seam ripping a lacy fabric is that the edge kind of inevitably gets a little ruined. You lose a little bit of the edge of your lace, even if you're super careful. So hopefully that doesn't mess us up too bad. One thing's for sure, I'm never gonna mess up making pockets again. That's a lie, I'm almost certainly gonna mess up making pockets again. Again to show you my big pants, this time with working pockets, and they're big. I said it, I just can't get over this cutie lining fabric. It's so sweet. When I'm wearing these pants, I'm just going to be constantly turning out my pockets like little flies out, cosplaying Oliver Twist when I really just want people to look at my cute pockets. Also, is it ironic that I'm almost wearing these exact pants that I'm making right now with a waist cinch and a leg cinch? I should just look at how these are made, to be honest. I thought came across my mind, you know putty, like the sticky stuff? Is it called that because it puts stuff places? Like it's putty? Let me know. Princess. Today's the day we finish the pants. Why? Because I have to. Why? Because the pool opens tomorrow. So I needed to get some elastic for my pants. Why are you asking me so many questions? These colors are kind of cute. Would it be cool or stupid to have all of my different elastic needs be different colors? Or would it be cool and stupid? My favorite combination. Man, they have everything here. I think this is fine. Also need some grommets. Let's go. This is freaking cute. Little wrist pin cushion. $12? Yeah, right. I was thinking last night while I was putting the waistband on my pants how nice it would be to have those sewing clips instead of pins. And I was gonna buy them if I saw them here, but guess what? I see nothing. Nothing. And when I said grommets, I meant eyelets, okay? I think I actually might have some at home, but what if I don't? You know how I feel about having egg on my face. Whoa, $9 for trash? Yada. They have elastic over here too. Is that AC driving anyone else insane? Or is it just me? I gotta get out of here. I need a smoothie. I was about to stop and get my aforementioned smoothie when I got a text from an unknown number, a man named Rick, saying that he was going to start printing the bookworm tees, and if I wanted to come see the first strike off and give approval, I should come right now. So let's go see how good they look.
There's the sample now for it.
Okay.
Very cool print.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Thanks. Let me give you an update. I went a little rogue with the waistband. The pattern said, this is how you do a beautiful folded over waistband with buttonholes. And I said, that's cool. I'm not gonna do that. Because since we will be stringing elastic cords through the top and through each bottom leg to get that cinching, I figured since we were using curtains already have a little channel sewn into them for our elastic. So I said, let's just sew the top of some curtains in and call the waistband a day. And the curtain that I used just happened to have a little frilly on it. So my waistband is now going to have a little frilly gather at the top, which could look stupid, but it could also look really cute. And then we will finish both legs, because right now they are just, one could say, unfinished. And I wanted to use eyelets because since my fabric is lacy, I didn't think I'd even be able to do a buttonhole, because once you cut lace, it kind of just becomes frayed edges everywhere. Honestly, I could just shove the elastic through a pre-existing hole in the lace and call that my eyelet, but nah, we'll add actual hardware, because I am a professional. Sorry, I just finished my work day and my brain feels like frayed lace, which is fun. It's fun. For who? Me. I don't know about you. You're the one that has to interface with me when I'm feeling lacy brained. Are you enjoying that? Here. Wow. Incredible. You're not ready. You're not ready. Back it up. Hey, back it up. Hey. Listen, they're big. They're also on backwards. That is the third time this week that I've put my pants on wrong. First time happened yesterday morning. I was at the gynecologist for a 9 a.m. smear. I put my pants back on. I'm heading out to the lobby. I look in the mirror. My pants are on backwards. They're on backwards. And then, just tonight, I ran out to get dog food. I get home. My shorts are on inside out. Let this be the last time for the week that my pants are wrong. Please. I guess I'm using all my pant energy on these pants this week. It makes sense. Anyways, waistline, done, fluffy, cute. I like the ruffle. You might as well go big and voluminous. And last thing we have to do is add the hem to the bottom and add the elastic so that they can be balloony. So they will be shortened. I am planning to use this at the bottom. I think I already mentioned, so I need to sew a little channel, chop some length off. I'm gonna be ready for the pool tomorrow. It's gonna be a cool 68 degrees. Not quite swimming weather, but I'll be there. We'll be there. This drink is called the motor oil. It's Coke and espresso. Espresso? Oh, espresso. And I think like some orange syrup and a splash of bitters. Crazy. Honestly thought it would taste more like coffee, but it does just taste like smoky Coke, which is fine. They had a Dr. Pepper drink that I really wanted to try, but of course they had just run out. That's okay. I want to know if anyone else feels this way. So in general, I don't really care what people think of me when they see me out in nature. I'm just doing my own thing. There is one thing that I feel embarrassed about or ashamed about when doing in public, and people can perceive me doing it. And what does this say about me? And let me know if you feel the same way. I hate being seen just like on my phone scrolling. I don't know why. It embarrasses me. Maybe it's I don't want people to think I'm like a Neanderthal. Maybe that's it. But my plan was to come to this coffee shop and do a little bit of reading, and I get here and I'm like, oh, forgot my reading device, my Kindle. So luckily I have a backup, which is the Kindle app on my phone that I can read through. But that means I just have to sit and stare at my phone in public. Maybe I'm embarrassed about it because I should be. Does anybody else feel that way? I want people to know, like, no, I'm reading. No, I'm doing a crossword. I think I have some baggage. I think I have some feelings to unpack. Maybe we'll do like a little reading update once I get home into a more comfortable situation. Okay, time for book update. I've been sitting in this little nest for my work days this whole week. I don't know why, it just feels like a comfortable little corner for me. These matches stink big time. Like literally they smell like I shouldn't be inhaling whatever it smells like. Yuck. Okay, if you're not caught up on my reading journey currently, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, it's very important. I'm currently working my way through the Farseer Trilogy by Hobb and Hobb, written in the 90s, fantasy about a young boy who's dropped at the gates of a keep with the claim that his father is the king in waiting. Dun dun dun. If you need a palate cleanser from current fantasy, maybe you've been down the romantasy hole, the well, for too long and you need to come up for air, you might want to try these. So I read the first one pretty quickly. I was like, yeah, I'm in this. This is fun. This is fresh. And I get into the second one and I'm kind of like, oh, it's just more of what it was. And there's another one after this. This is no hate to the author. And maybe it's because I live in 2026 and my brain is addled by screen time, but it's a little slow. It's a little plodding. And if you've ever read, say, The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, that's like a book that just kind of follows the day-to-day activities of one character kind of throughout their whole life. And this is the same thing. You're following the same person, at least so far in the first two books. His whole life from literally being 5, but you're really just following along through seasons and seasons and years of what's going on with this person. And that's all well and good if you enjoy the person. The main character of these books, he's interesting because he doesn't have a typical upbringing. He doesn't get the education that you might expect. He gets more of an education in some ways and less of an education in others. His familial bonds and emotional attachments to people are strange. So he's kind of confusing, almost to the point where I never really know how he's going to react to situations, which can be exciting, but can also be like, who is this person? Like, I should know them better by now. But I also think there's a big part of it where this main character doesn't really know himself. I know a lot of you in the comments have read this trilogy and you're excited that I was talking about it, so that's super cool that I'm on this journey with others as well. I just realized I'm laying here kind of like a mummy or something. I'm cold. I don't think it's ever gonna get warm again, which is not looking good for our pool date. That's the whole point, remember? Making these pants to wear to the pool. Even if we can't go to the pool, we'll go somewhere. But I'm gonna go to the pool even if it's 60 degrees though. Let me know what you're reading. If you're reading something good, if you're reading something you hate. Okay, enough yapping. Let's continue with our pants. They're done. let's talk about it. I thought when I made these pants out of this curtain fabric, they were gonna feel kind of like airy, a little boho maybe, like picnicky, but they're feeling instead very, I could be wearing these in the royal court. These could be my fancy Elizabethan sleep pajamas. And that's an even better vibe for myself personally and where I'm at in my life, I think. I think it's the ruffle that I added to the top. The general almost lusciousness of the fabric feels a little less like beach wear than I was expecting, or pool wear. So I thought before we take them to the pool, I want to style them how I'd actually wear them, like with a cool outfit. So let's try a couple things. Wow. I'm of two minds about the top ruffle. This guy. One part of me feels like it makes the top feel too bulky. Like if we were to take it away, they'd feel more like a normal pant silhouette, but with it, it's almost like kind of cartoonish. It creates this very graphic shape and a super fun silhouette, which I love. Almost like you have a little mini bustle happening. I love these. I've got the bottom cinched up real tight and pulled up a little bit so that the bottom of the pant kind of balloons and creates a bit of a bubble hem at the bottom. I feel like if I keep them unbubbled, still cool, but I like that little bit of a shortened and balloonier silhouette, I think. Could we make little culottes? How high can I pull this elastic up? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Anybody want to see my calves? And we can have so much fun with pinning the fabric up in various ways. Okay, my initial kind of default outfit with this would be a big grungy graphic tee. Do we want power bear or power tiger? Let's go for tiger. Go for tiger. I should start saying that when people call me on the phone. Go for tiger. Oh my gosh. This is why you make your own clothes. Like, let's accessorize. I don't know if I can really even think of a more default Kathleen running out the door, but you want to still look kind of cool and interesting. Look, big pants, cool graphic tee, funky acceler me, and matching shoes. Or not matching shoes. Do you think I care? This brings a swell to my heart and a tear to my eye. That's how you should feel when you're putting together fun, funky outfits. That's what we're all striving for, because that's creative self-expression. That's what it feels like when you put what's on the inside on the outside. I'm literally obsessed. What bag should we use? We've got two slightly clownish, tartany Harlequin patterns, vintage buttery Vivian. If we want something big and punchy, maybe we're gonna go edit this exact video at a coffee shop and we're gonna wear this exact outfit. This is me doing that at a coffee shop. This is how fast I edit. Or are we more on the go with a smaller, more subdued number? Yeah, that's Mummy Donald Duck. Yes. Ooh, can we integrate this somehow? Don't stab yourself. Ooh, kind of interesting. These pants just make me want to go into horse stance. Bah, bah, bah. Okay, this is what would be a classic casual look for me. Now, I want to try a little creamy vibe. Let's go tonal and do all white. We'll do a pit stop with a more fitted top so we can see how the bottoms can really sing when they're not covered with a giant roaring tiger. Also extremely precious. Oh, and if you're wondering, like, Kathleen, aren't those pants see-through? Are you just very coyly flashing whole? No, I'm wearing bike shorts. Wow. Okay, switch. Let's try a little nightie on top. Oh my gosh. I need to wear this immediately somewhere. Now the little smiley face kind of pops through this panel. Let's do good. Let's do good. That's really good. To keep it light, keep it flowy. Got this little linen dress. Keep it unbuttoned at the top, more of like a little tunic. Or similar idea, but maybe a little more dressed up with this structured top. Pull the cuffs down. Now we're ready to go work in an art museum or something. Wait, glasses. Okay, now we're ready. Or with little like kitten heels. Yeah. I also just realized that I never even showed you like the details of the pants. At the top, stretchy. The elastic is sent through a channel at the top. The channel is just the channel that a curtain rod would go through on the curtains. We've got two little eyelets and a little elastic spring closure. Same thing on the other side. My pockets are so cute, as we all know. Pockets were the hardest part for this pattern, mostly because I'd never really made them before. I would say it's pretty beginner friendly. Like there's a video and there's written instructions, but some of the instructions aren't super specific. Like for the pockets, it shows attaching one panel on the front side of the pants once, and it doesn't say anywhere that you need to do it 4 times, twice on the front panel, twice on the back panel. That tripped me up. But just go slow. And I solved that issue by just looking up other pocket tutorials and being like, oh, this is the key information I'm missing. Okay, other details. This isn't super obvious when you're wearing it, but I know, and now you know, that on the right leg down the side, there's like this huge round cut of a round doily tablecloth that goes all the way down the side of the leg. And that took some finagling because I had to cut the tablecloth in half and sew half on the front, sew half on the back, and match them up perfectly. Turned out pretty well. I like it. On the front and back, we have the detail of ruffle piece going all the way down. Just a little bit of flare, a little bit of swoosh. That was just part of the curtain that I was using, so I figured we might as well integrate it into the garment, which is also part of the fun of using secondhand fabrics, because you're like, oh, that would have taken me a long time to make, but since it's already here, let's use it. And then at the bottom, we've got this little cafe curtain fringe. Goes all the way around the bottom so that they look like little bloomers. And again, the elastic is just going through the curtain channel. Easy peasy, honestly.